programs to other agencies in dismantling push.
It's about time. We have way too many people that are able to move up without actually knowing anything, dude.
The White House announces
next he needs to dismantle No Child Left Behind.
Shutting down the Department of Education.
Huge W. It's been failing us for years. There's no point in even going to school anymore because whenever you finish college, you just end up with a mountain of debt and you have no job. What's the point of going to school and college now that whenever, like, the whole reason why you go to school so you can get a good job, right? That's literally the entire reason you go to school, and now you can't even get a job. So what's the point? Why even have it? Seriously. I'm dead assing right now. Like, why have it?
Oh, boy. Yep. Thank God. Thank God. Yes, and by the way, anybody who's mad about this, kids are retarded. They're fucking retarded.
R6.
So, where's all this money going? Where are we getting, like, so we're investing all this money into the Department of Education, and the kids are fucking dumb. So, I say shut it down. Shut it down. It's obviously not working. So just get rid of it. Yeah, no more department. Yeah, why is this a W? I don't understand. What is R6? Basically, it's not working. That's the reason why it's a W. In my opinion, now what would I do? If I was Trump, what would I do? I would completely reform the Department of Education. I would get rid of all the No Child Left Behind laws. I'd let tons of kids fail out of high school, and I'd allow the communities
I don't play multiplayer games like that.
Underclass so we can use people for batteries in 10 years. That's
Bro, Asmon and his Matrix batteries.
Really what I would do. Unfortunately, I'm not the president, so I can't do that. So that's really what I would. I just get rid of them, right? And I'd have like systems where like kids can like. I would have a way to like remove kids from school and then put them into like other trade skills and other types of.
See, that's smarter. Like if you could finish high school, you should have the option to go into a trade school for free. You should. And the reason why I say that is because instead of bringing all these illegal immigrants over, or not illegal, these people with these work visas, you could make programs where companies do trade schools for people. It doesn't even have to be like blue collar. It could be like tech as well, where you can, like pass a test. And if you pass the test or even like an aptitude test to see where you could be placed, like a placement program, to see what would better benefit the skills that you have. And then you get placed in that trade school, and then the company pays for everything, and all you have to do is show up and learn your trade and get paid. Seriously, like, why not do that? That would be so much more beneficial to 95% of people who don't know what the hell they want to do for a living than going to college and racking up thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of student loan debt. Like, that would make so much more sense.
Things, right? That's what I would really do, because I think that would be better for them too. Like, I'm trying to help them out, and so it's like you can't. It's
still acting like you're not watching. I don't know what the fuck YouTube's doing.
A lie, that you can just teach somebody to be a chemical engineer. No, you can't. No, you can't. If you went to a working class public high school, you know that's not true. It's not. There are some people who were born to turn big rocks into little rocks. That is their destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Who are we to challenge nature? Send them to the coal mines. Send them to the I don't know, at the quarry. Have them, go get coal. Oil fields for them. Yes, exactly. And so we don't need to.
You can make good money in the oil field industry, dude. You can make damn good money.
So wrong. You think that it's wrong, but it's actually right.
It's more a mercy than anything. Like, I've seen some stupid ass people get through college. I have. I've seen people with the common sense a jackass literally doesn't have get through school, and I'm just like, I don't know how you do it. How do you function day to day? I don't get it.
Forcing every single adult to go through Algebra 2 is a waste of tax money.
It is.
It is. They're never going to learn it. They're always going to cheat. They're just going to use AI to get the answer.
Especially now.
They're never going to use it. They're going to forget it 5 years after they graduate. This is for 95% of students. I'd say probably 90.
And like, there are instances where you will use algebra, sure. But it's so far and in between after you graduate out of a college or a high school, it's just not even worth the headache. Why is it a requirement that you have Algebra 1 and 2 to get into college? That's crazy.
9, actually. But let's be generous and say 95. Are we really investing our money the most efficient way by having 95% of students be learning something that they will instantly forget
chili
and never
cheese,
use?
Onions, jalapenos.
No. It's just simply not a good way to do it. California spends $100 billion on their education, and they're still ranked 38th in the country. Yeah, fucking retarded. So more money is not the solution. The solution is is removing stupid...
Yeah, no, we had to learn so much math in high school. And they also made you learn cursive. When do you fucking use cursive? Never. When do you ever talk about history? Fucking never. Like, all this shit that they force you to learn in high school, just so that way you can get a good job, and like, it's not even just in high school, like, ever. You just never fucking use it. Once you get out of school, you don't use it. It's just so stupid.
Kids from schools. And by the way, anybody who thinks that I'm wrong, I have a very simple question that will immediately make you realize that I am not. If you removed the bottom 5% of dumb, annoying, misbehaving, problematic kids in your school, what percentage of the problems in your school would have gone away?
All of it.
The bottom 5%.
Most of it. And you know what's sad? Is that the problem children, like my cousin was this way. He ended up going to like this compass thing. It's like it's where the bad kids go whenever you keep fucking everything up in the normal school, right? He said he liked it more. He said he liked it more than like the actual high school. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, so you're not even like hurting these kids. They genuinely feel like they're wasting their time. And they probably are, because they're not willing to learn anything. So why waste everyone's time and taxpayer money when you can just send these people to do something else? It's obvious they don't want this.
I'll look at it, but every single one, right? Almost all of them, right? Exactly. Why is it that we allow the 95% to be terrorized and damaged by that 5%? Why do we do that? Is that really the right...
I don't think... I used to know cursive. I haven't used it since I learned it, which was in like 2nd or 3rd grade, dude. Like, I haven't had to use it at all.
Decision.
I mean, let's be honest here. Most people's like signature is a squiggly line. Like,
is that the good decision? Is that the fair decision? How is it fair that 95% of people need to be handicapped, set back, had problems, and having to deal with this bullshit just for the best interest of 5% of people that will probably contribute nothing to society in the long run?
Yep, he's right. He's absolutely right.
No retard left behind? Yes, exactly. Weak men and feminine empathy? Exactly. It's embarrassing. Embarrassing. Yep, send them out to the coal mines. Like, I would have a thing where basically this is elementary school, this is middle school, this is high school, okay? So, or are you going to go to oh, no thanks? Go to McDonald's and see who's over there. Think about what we're doing here, right? Let's actually think. So now you break rocks. And then that's what happens. Now, they could maybe come back in if they're smart and they want to get their shit together. Maybe they could go back to middle school later on. But generally, that's where they're going to go. But if you're smart, you go to middle school.
Straight out of elementary school.
Middle school. Are you going to go for the high school, or are you going to become a farmer? You're going to be doing agriculture stuff. That's what you do instead. And then inside of high school, are you going to go to college, or are you going to go to a trade? So really,
see, that's where I feel like should be the split right there. After high school, you should take an aptitude test to see if a better fit would be a trade. Like, you could take the aptitude test and get like a placement test, more like let's call it a placement test, and see what trade you'll go into. And if you don't like the trade, then you can choose to go to college after that. That's kind of my view of it.
Training people for a job that exists is better than think about what we're doing here, right? Let's actually think about
like if you've got better math skills, you'll probably end up as a plumber or an electrician or a carpenter, you know? But you'd have to go to college to be a carpenter, so it kind of works out.
You know, genuine.
Like, once you do the like placement test, it can show you what you can do. Like, it gives you like a general idea of everything that you could be. You could be a carpenter, which would require you to go to college. You can be a plumber or an electrician, which would require you to go to a trade school, because you don't need to go to college to become an electrician or a plumber. You just got to get, picked up by a company or go to a trade school.
Way. Are we really doing anybody any favors by force-feeding them this education that they will never use, while at the same time we could have been using that same time to be able to educate them in something that they could use to take care of themselves? Are we really helping this person by making them memorize when the Civil War happened if they can't even do something that can generate a living for themselves? Are we really helping them? Is this really something that's beneficial for them? The answer to me is no. It's not. It's not beneficial. It's not even close. You're clueless? Everybody says I'm crazy. Everybody says you're getting pulled up. You're getting pulled up. Go ahead.
Oh, damn.
So you want to put dumbass high scores in our food industry? No thanks.
Bro, who the fuck do you think is running? Who do you think is there now? Are you stupid? That's the job I had to get after high school, or even during high school, just to afford a fucking living. Who do you think is in the fast food industry, you fucking twat? Like, come on.
Oh, no thanks? Go to McDonald's and see who's over there.
Come on, man.
So what about this is wrong? You're not thinking long-term? The system that you're saying has happened in Iran and it backfired with rich people who pay for grades?
That's fucking Iran. That's not America. It's a whole different culture. It's a whole different economy. It's a whole different thing. That's not America.
School became idiot doctors and the best engineer and become simple mechanics.
Well, it's the same thing that happened here. We've got idiot doctors that are getting their shit taken away and years in prison because they're idiot doctors.
How does that even make sense? So that doesn't mean that dumb people can't get good grades. I mean, Iran, what the fuck? I don't know what happened in Iran. Iran's a totally different country.
You realize that we live in a culture where anybody can get any kind of master's degree if you have enough money. Literally. That's the society we live in.
So, yeah, you can't make decisions based off of what happened in Iran. Like, what do you mean? It's a completely different culture. It's a different place. It's a different, environment. Everything's different. So, yeah. Uh-oh. Didn't we do the exact same thing that the kids that had dyslexia in the past, though, declare them retards because they had issues with reading? Not necessarily. I mean, obviously, you've got to figure out why somebody's retarded. But, if somebody's getting bad grades constantly, why are they in school? Why are they in school?
They don't want to try. What's the point of keeping them there?
And
it
so
makes no
dumb
sense.
People can get good grades with efforts, exactly. And so yeah, it's really just that simple, man. But I don't know what else to say. They force people into long studies, and now you have a gazillion art majors, saturated job market. Yeah. So do we have any sort of argument from here? School is a way to gauge people's skillfulness. Exactly. And the gauge has decided.
And that's the thing is that's not what it is anymore. A school is a way to gauge people's skill. Even this fucking idiot gets it. School is no longer about judging people's skillfulness. School is a bunch of money in a big fucking whirlwind of money to keep, teachers don't even get paid for their students' grades anymore. They get paid based on how many students are in classroom seats every day. That's why there are so many students in classrooms that whenever I was going to high school, the average amount of students in a classroom was 30. They're saying that they're going to bring that shit up to 40 in the following school years. Why? There wasn't even... The schools are so overrun with students that they're having to use pods outside to house some of these students. And what's crazy is you can really tell all they care about is the fucking money, and this No Child Left Behind policy is what inflames this because it tells the teachers they're not allowed to fail a student as long as they're showing up. And it's insane that you've got all these students, and whenever the power goes out, you're not even sending them home because you still want to get paid for the day. It's crazy. It's disgusting. It's no longer about skillfulness. It's about putting student butt asses in chairs and getting paid. That's what it's about. And that is not what school is supposed to be for, period.
Right. 100%. It's that simple. It is.
It's another fucking business like insurance. It's no different than the prison systems. Prison systems get paid based on criminals and criminal incarcerations. However many criminals they have, they get paid for.
Anybody who's been to
it's another fucking business.
School knows.
People want to say that we don't live in a capitalist society. We've been living in a capitalist society for so long. You're just too fucking blind to see that we've been living in a capitalist society.
What I'm saying is true. Anybody
everything,
who's been there
everything revolves around capital.
Knows it's true. And yeah, now he's going to the shadow realm. It's obvious. It's obvious. Some people are just born with less talent points than others.
And that's the thing that I was saying a couple weeks ago. Our society kills anybody that could be born like Albert Einstein or Thomas Edison. It no longer feeds that culture. It doesn't. It kills it. Because when you've got somebody that's super, super good at math, but they can't get past basic math, but they can do geometry long form in their head in like 5 seconds because of a disability, it fucks them. It destroys any ability they have to move on. And they end up getting pulled out, and they end up being homeschooled because none of the fucking, like, it fails the people who actually need it, and the people that don't want it or need it, it fails them too. Because it forces them to be there when they don't want to be there. And it's obvious when those students don't want to be there too, because, like, they don't want to be there. They're causing troubles. They want to be sent to the office. They don't want to fucking be there. They just don't.
People who are born to be retards. That's it. They're never going to be anything more than a retard. 2025 politics headlines. Trump does not want to execute members of...
That's unfortunate. I guess he has to say that now before he releases the Epstein files, right?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, we could have brought back
What? Guys, I thought he was going to be a dictator.
Right? What happened? I was promised a dictator, damn it.
Congress should vote on it, yes. Not a fascist president. This is crazy. Life is full of
it's just another unanimous decision to bring back, like, the executions.
I know, isn't it crazy? And do French companies take refunds? I don't know. And what's Kim Jong-un? I don't know, man. And anyway, so that's really it. I saw this yesterday. But yeah, Trump did say some stupid shit. He did. Like him saying about like trying people for sedition, and he retweeted somebody saying hanging people. What a stupid thing to say. Like
I mean, he's just saying what everybody else wants to see. Like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, if you think for 1 second, if you find out that a senator, like this multi-million-dollar person, especially a senator, because that's pretty much all of them at this point, was doing stuff with those victims on Epstein Island, and it comes out, you don't think people aren't going to want to see that? Bro, you can make a lot of money off of that. You could do it publicly. Charge people to line up the seats, you know what I'm saying? People would pay for that shit. I would. I damn straight, I'd be cheering that shit on. Put these sick fucks in the ground.
Honestly, like, that's the kind of stuff, this is what, you know what makes me so fucking mad about this? Is that this is the kind of stuff that people like Kyle will bring up for the next 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And you know why? Because they're right. They're right. Trump should have never said that. He should have never said that. It's fucking retarded. All it does is you're shooting yourself in the foot and you make yourself look like a retard. You're not going to charge any of them for sedition. You're not going to hang anybody. So why even say it? If you're going to say this, again...
Then do it. Then fucking do it. Seriously. Do it. I don't give a shit if you do it. Nobody cares. There's a lot of people that would be for it, especially when it comes to people that were involved with Epstein.
You know, Lyndon Johnson, okay? You know, a lot of people
Stop wasting our fucking time.
will say he was involved with JFK getting killed, all right?
Yeah, learning
he
prison.
said?
There you go.
Only a fool
Well,
tells
like,
a man...
have you ever noticed? So check this out. It has to do with... So, your entire life, you were told you got to go to school so you can get a good job, right? But whenever you get a job, they always tell you, well, this is your starter job. This isn't really like, this is what they told me whenever I had to work at Sonic. They're like, no, this is a starter job. You use this job to get to find, you know, go to college and get a better job. And I'm like, with what fucking time? And what money? I barely make enough to afford rent, motherfucker. Like, what do you even mean? Like, to go to what college? I can't afford college. I'm too busy trying to pay fucking rent. And you're trying to tell me that it's supposed to be a step-up job? Like, this job is what gives you your next job. And it's like, no, man. Like, what do you even... And then here's the thing. So what I was where I'm going with that is, so you end up at school for about 9 hours a day. I would say it's a little less than that. As you get older into high school, it's less. But like, I would have to get up at like 6 and be there at 7 whenever I was in elementary in Louisiana, and we wouldn't get off until like 3 in the afternoon. So like, it's no different than having an actual job. You realize that in America, you don't really get freedom, period. Most of your day, even at birth, is eaten up by being part of a social construct. Like, yeah, sure, you can just not go to school, but then the mentality is, well, then you just won't get a good job. But it's like, okay, well, now there are people coming out that have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on school and wasted their entire lives going to school and being told, got to go to college, and then they do that, and now they can't even find a job. So it's like, well, that was a big fucking waste of a life.
He's going to do before he does it. And I thought to myself, you know, like, maybe we had a real one in the White House whenever we had those Iran bombings, whenever Trump came out and said it already happened. And I said, okay, all right, maybe we got a real one in here. He was a psychopath? Exactly.
He hasn't played World of Warcraft in years. I don't know why people keep associating him with World of Warcraft. I mean, like, shit, he hasn't played that shit in well over 5 years now.
My whole point. What do you think? Like, I mean, yeah, you need somebody like that.
He got his audience from World of Warcraft, sure, but he hasn't done that in forever.
Do you want to have somebody like that on your side? I do. Absolutely. I want to have somebody that's fucking nuts. I want to have somebody that's ready.
That's like saying that, like, Trump is a felon, so his opinion shouldn't matter, even though he's the president making some of the biggest freaking calls in America, and quite, to be quite frank, in American history. Like a lot of presidents, you could say the same thing about. Like, a lot of them have some pretty big scandals behind them. Even senators do. Like, there's a lot of talk of insider trading. Their opinion shouldn't matter because they're insider trading.
To do anything, man. Absolutely. Because if you don't have that, you're going to lose to the people that do. I want to have a extremely high-functioning person who's basically a psycho. Yeah, absolutely. Because if you don't, you're going to get run over by the people that are. Dick Cheney? No, he's just trying to make money. That bald-ass bitch shot his fucking friend.
You do realize that he's not left or right. Like, it kind of makes me wonder if you even watch him. He agrees with some of the stuff that the right does, and he agrees with some of the stuff the left does. He doesn't solely believe in everything the right does or everything the left does. See, that's a common misconception that people say whenever they don't actually, like, go and watch him. Like, if you watch him, you would understand. Like, a lot of Reddit people, like, have that mentality of, like, oh, well, he's all this, and then they go hate watch him, and they realize, oh, wait a minute, this guy is not like what they said.
Shot his fucking friend.
Watch him. Go watch him. He's on every single day. He usually gets on at like 110 or something.
When they were hunting. He doesn't know a damn thing. And so, no, we want a walking nuke. Yeah, exactly. You got to have a crazy...
If all you did was watch his World of Warcraft, then you're completely missing out on how he is now. He's nothing like... He hates World of Warcraft. He fucking hates that game. And I don't blame him because it's garbage now.
It's been
garbage for years.
We got plenty more time to see Psycho. We got 3 years. No, we got 8 years before this, and he hasn't done anything super crazy. And so Hillary Clinton still never even got arrested, man. Like I'm not about it at all. So yeah, it's disappointing because yeah, this is the stuff that Democrats will bring up indefinitely about like
A real life experience? What do you even mean a real life? Yeah, he does. Of course he does. Have you listened to how he was raised? He was raised dirt poor. He still has the same fucking house he's lived in since his childhood. He was so poor that he like couldn't even go to the dentist. He spent most of his nights like popping his fucking teeth and then rubbing the blood on the wall. He's worked jobs like everybody else. What do you even classify as real world experience? What, just because he worked a fucking shit job, couldn't afford anything, he just has no real world that sounds like pretty damn based real world experience to me. Like, the fuck? Everyone is super isolated. What you just said makes no sense. Everyone that turns 18 that has to get a job and support themselves is super isolated. Do you think you have fucking time to go out and do things? Fuck no. Especially if you're not working a job that's a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. If you have to work anything that's not like some kind of like government job where they're closed on the weekends, you're gonna work on the weekends, which means you have no fucking time. And the time you do get to yourself, you're fucking tired. You want to sleep. Especially if your days off are split up. Like, I don't know, it just makes no sense. Everyone's isolated. Why do you think there's such a low birth rate right now? Ain't nobody got time for fucking kids, bro. Shit's too expensive.
Republicans, like,
how you gonna fucking find somebody and get a kid if you too busy working like fucking 50 hours a week? Nobody got time for that shit. How you even gonna raise a kid like that?
Violence, and they won't be wrong. That's the problem. Is like they'll misrepresent 50 things, but they'll be right about this one thing, like they were with January 6th, for example. And it makes Republicans and conservatives.
He avoided going to the dentist because he said this on his stream several times. He doesn't like involving. Like he said, he made a lot of money, and the guy calls him every couple weeks or whatever and says, "You made a lot of money," and he's like, "Great, I don't want to know how much it is," because he feels like money just complicates everything. And he's not wrong. Like, if I ever got that amount of money, I would probably still be living a very simple life. You don't need to have all these fucking cars and live in these fucking mansions. What does that solve? It solves nothing. I would probably buy a house, like a newer house, so that way I wouldn't have to fucking move out of it. But after that, I just wouldn't pay for anything. That's the only thing I've ever wanted since I was a fucking kid, is to just get a house, get a family, and live a simple life. But the way everything is now, you can't even afford a fucking house. And most jobs require you to work like damn near 100 hours a week just to be able to afford anything. And it's like, nah, man, fuck that. I can't have a simple life, and nobody can really have a simple life without having to kill themselves at a job. Man, that just ain't it.
Look like, really violent retards. And again, it's because of Trump. Like, the majority of these bad fuck
You don't have to splurge money to be like happy. You just don't, I can't even tell you how many jobs that I worked where I had to work holidays. Like, it was mandatory. I remember when jobs used to stand for something. It was like I'm a contributing member to the public, and they pay my bills, so I've got their back. There's no loyalty anymore. And these businesses are like, well, you guys don't have loyalty to us, and it's like, well, you don't have loyalty to us either. So now we're in this conundrum,
that happened are because of Trump. Trump did these. And I find it to be extremely frustrating. I'll tell you that. So yeah, the reason why she wasn't arrested is there's no space for lizards.
I mean, I feel like that if we have a bunch of illegal immigrants in the country and they're taking housing and they're getting paid pennies on the dollar, they're taking American jobs, we should probably get rid of them. Why not give that job to an American that needs it to afford an income? That you don't see, like, You don't do like the backwards. You don't take that apart and look at that and be like, oh yeah, no, that's a problem.
No space for lizards in jail, man. Well, you can make a special lizard jail. That's really it. Why do people hate you? People, I'll tell you, you want to know why people hate me? They hate me because I tell the truth.
What is the bigger picture? If you know what the bigger picture is, then you can explain what it is.
That's the reason why they hate me. And it's really just that simple. Everybody hates me because they know that I'm going to say what I think.
Because, I mean, I feel like what Europe's going through right now would probably break down whatever you think the bigger picture is. Europe is currently on fire because of all the illegal immigrants they've bust in over there. They're at war with their own citizens, even.
And that's what really bothers them. Not only about the thing that I think, that bothers them too.
You do realize that the opposite of authoritarianism is authoritarianism, right? So if you get a call to an ICE, like if you got ICE set up somewhere, right? And you're not taking, as the police force, you're not taking calls to assaults in the area because your government or your mayor said that they don't want to help ICE agents. You do realize that it goes both ways. So authoritarianism could also be the mayor of Chicago, for example, not acting whenever a lady is lit on fire on a train and saying that it's a one-off, while federal agents have to step in and charge this fucker with terrorism. You do realize that that's the other side of authoritarianism, right? It goes both ways. You can be over and you can use the government in a way to be under. So it goes both ways. I could say this. Oh, damn, God and a fish joined it. Yeah, money is the root of all evils. He's right. Yeah, it was on the shorts one. I do know that there are some people you just can't sway, if that makes any sense. You can just show them the light, but if they don't like, I wouldn't necessarily say accept it. It's not like it's not like that. It's more of a, I could persuade you to come to my side, but I'm not going to force you. I mean, you can think whatever you want. As long as you don't break terms of service on YouTube or any of the other platforms and you don't like come in and just start calling people's names, dude, you can have an opposing opinion. That's fine. Like, don't think that I'm just going to ban somebody for having an opposing opinion. Like, that's kind of the whole reason why we're doing this. It's a democracy. It's not an totalitarianism. It's not a dictatorship. It's not freaking communism. That's what a democracy is built on.
I will say it. I think that there's a lot of other people that resent the fact that I do that, and they don't like it at all, and they don't like what I represent. They don't like anything about me because.
Well, it's funny that you say that because I see what the Democrats were doing. I used to watch Jon Stewart. I used to watch MSNBC. I used to watch John Oliver. I used to watch Trevor Noah. I used to watch all these people that were feeding me bullshit that I was like, oh, yeah, that seems bad. But then whenever Trump got into power for his second term, and I saw that they were just talking about the minuscule things and not the fact that he's literally stopping wars in foreign countries, and I'm like, you guys are going to talk about that? Well, what about the illegal immigration that's taking jobs from Americans? Like, why aren't you going to talk about that? Or why aren't you guys going to talk about this? That's, that's why I'm like, I gave them more than 5 years of my interest. And then they gave us 4 years of wokeism. And I said, nah, I didn't vote for Trump. I haven't voted, period, to be quite frank. I'm tired of being handed two shit hands and told, pick the lesser of two evils. No, I'm good. I'll watch the world burn, though.
I am a person, this is why people really hate me. I am a person who has, on paper, done...
True. I wonder how old he is.
everything wrong in life. I went to middle school. I didn't do anything in
Maybe, yeah. I still think that they should have online ID. If like, and I'm not saying that he's a teen, but like, I don't really care about someone who hasn't even worked the job and had to support themselves. If they're going into like comment sections, like your input doesn't matter to anybody. You'll see the real world whenever you actually move out and have to pay for yourself, or a parent dies and then you lose the house and you have to, you know, support yourself. You'll find out real quick. Unless you're a nepo baby, then ain't even worth taking that shit serious. You don't know what the real world is. You never will have to deal with it.
School, except for sell fireworks. I went to high school. I did absolutely nothing. I graduated with like a 2.4 GPA. I remember my teacher. So my dad sends me to like a rich white people school. Okay, sends me to a rich white people school. People, right? Full as a person. And I said, all right, well, I'm gonna fail every single class. He tried taking away my. Tried to make sure to do. You can't make somebody do something. Do something. That I want. One or the other, that was it. Unless slavery, unless you are willing to take it to the edge, unless you are willing to destroy yourself, in a lot of cases.
Whew. I think we can move on from this one. What time is it?